Hello guys, in this part we are going to talk about the difference between ongoing and overall assessment. Both types of assessment are needed as one complements of the others for helping children's learning, and we are going to show you one by one. Ongoing assessment, often called formative, is most important for both teachers and pupils. Teachers use the information getting it to help pupils by building the pupils' progress and language development. Sometimes this can be hard or difficult for pupils. Overall assessment, often called summative, this gives information about what a child has achieved at the end of the particular period of study, but this information doesn't always directly benefit the teachers or pupils because it may not show pupils' full potential or the progress they have made. How to carry out ongoing assessment. Mary Drummond says that there are three important questions which teachers need to ask themselves when they assess children's learning. Let's see which are they. Number 1. What is there to see? Which is the evidence? Number 2. How best can we understand what we see? Which is the interpretation of evidence? Number 3. How can we put our understanding to good use? Which is outcomes? In questions number 1, we need to think about what information will provide evidence of pupils' learning. We have the process, which shows the way how children will do each activity, and the product, which is the result, how they do that in the activity. When we interpret the evidence, we think about our teaching purposes, what we want children to achieve in each activity, and how they do this. We may have identified many aspects where children could develop further, and we have to work with these aspects supporting them. Pupils' language profiles. The teacher records pupils' progress on a profile sheet. He or she uses a simple cake with 4 bands or labels to assess pupils' achievement for a set of attachments, targets, or objectives in 5 skill areas, where the teacher is collecting, recording, interpreting, and sharing information, and also he or she is organizing assessment and using pupils' profile. Finally, the teacher should share the information in a profile with the children and take action with those aspects. Ways of getting pupils assess themselves. When we talk about pupils to assess themselves, this means teachers and pupils are working in partnership. If pupils can learn to monitor and assess themselves, they will be more receptive to feedback and more aware of their needs. Children don't automatically assess themselves, but they can do it with support for the teacher. One way of helping them to learn to assess themselves is through a process like drafting, which is relevant for grading, that children will eventually internalize and use them in their. Chapter number 12. How can I be a better language learner? If you want to know how can you be a better language learner, watch the video. Learning how to learn. Most classes are likely contain children with different abilities, different styles of learning, and with different attitudes to English, but we are learning in didactics the ways how can teach children of different ages. Sometimes we meet children very young where teaching them is hard because they don't pay attention to you and they want to paint or play only. One solution at this question is to help children to become more effective learners and take more responsibility for their own learning. This will help us as teachers and will also benefit children. Which already watched all the topics which we are going to develop in this chapter. Topic number 1. Teachers' views about successful language learning. Imagine a class where we had children who are active, quick, quiet, shy, or with different attitudes, but at the end of the semester all kinds of children had changed in a good way. We achieved a great progress because all of them work hard every day for achieving their goals at the end of the year. A successful learner is one who is preparing to take risks, is motivated to learn English, is creative, is well organized, has concentration, is curious, is confident, doesn't give up, is keen to communicate, participates actively, corrects all mistakes, takes every opportunity to use English, is willing to plan and review work. Pupils views language learners. Pupils' beliefs and attitudes play an important part influencing their responses in the classroom, so it seems important to find out their views about language learning and what they think makes a pupil successful.